afternoon. Well, good evening. It's not afternoon. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to open this video lying to you. It's evening. It's actually about 10:15. Amelia Rose is asleep behind me, which is lovely, and Tony's at work. So today I wanted to do a really kind of special thank you to somebody. I have been watching this lady's vlogs for like 2 or 3 weeks maybe, and I just love them. Absolutely love them. It came up, you know, like when you watch a film and then it says like suggested videos or something like that. So it came up in my newsfeed, I clicked on them, and she's just this amazingly kind of gentle person, I think, that has the most wonderful sense of humour, but you can kind of tell that there's like serious balls going on as well. Like, I think she's someone that if she puts her mind to something, then you just kind of know it's going to get done, and it's going to get done really well. But she has this really lovely way of communicating her opinions, and she's got the most amazing accent, which I think she probably gets lots of comments about, but it's just fabulous. And I think one of the reasons that I find her vlog so special is because I've always felt so at home in Canada, and there's quite a lot of Canadian going on in her accent, and she actually reminds me of some Canadian friends of my mum's that I kind of grew up with, holidaying with. So I, as you know, find sleeping very difficult. I have insomnia and will often go for a very long time without sleep. And I also have, at the moment, in my right ear, I have really bad tinnitus. So I guess I have it all day, but I can't hear it. But as soon as I settle down to sleep, there's like wow, 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 wow in my ear, so loud that I actually have to talk louder to hear myself over it. So one of the things that I found have really helped with this is if I wear my earphones at night. So I sleep on this side and I put the earphone in this ear to block out the tinnitus. And I fall asleep listening to her. It's like having a bedtime story. It's lovely. It's just so wonderful. And I'm a really big believer in affirming people. I think that in society today we don't spend enough time kind of saying, great job, you're doing really well, and you know, you've really touched my life in blah blah and blah way. And so I plucked up the courage to send her an email, and I felt a bit like fangirl. It was I was so nervous sending this email, which is so silly. But I basically emailed her and just said, like, great job, I think you're doing a really great job, and thank you. There was one vlog in particular about faith and emotions, and I just could really relate to it. And so I said, you know, I said thank you for that vlog, and I told her why it meant so much to me, and I told her that I have hypermobility syndrome. I said, you know, I won't go into it now, but if you want to, here's a video all about it. And I also sent her the video of me on my mobility scooter dressed as Wonder Woman, which is just, I think, my favourite video that I've ever made. It was so much fun. So I sent her that because I think when people find out about hypermobility syndrome, it can seem really scary and daunting, and their first kind of instinct is to feel an immense sense of sadness and loss for the person that's suffering with it. And although that is a part of hypermobility syndrome, you know, I'd hope that you know now from my blogs that I actually have a very positive life, and I work very hard to have a good quality of life, and that's what I'm trying to do for other people by having my blogs. So I wanted to show her, sorry, it's still so sore. I wanted to show her the comparison, you know, like, yes, I have hypermobility syndrome, and that's really sad, and there isn't a cure, and my future is quite uncertain. It's not terminal or anything, don't get me wrong, but you know, I don't know how disabled I'm going to become. You know, I'm already on crutches, and I'm already in a wheelchair, so you know, we just don't know. And it's okay to feel, you know, loss and sadness and everything. That's a really good emotion to feel, but I wanted to show her the lighter side, and the lightest of the lighter side, I think, was when I scooted around the town dressed as Wonder Woman for a child's birthday party. I was on my way there. So I emailed her. Sorry, I'm really rambling tonight. I emailed her, she replied, and just sent me the sweetest email back. It really touched, you know, really touched me. It kind of made my day. And she said, I'd like to share your vlogs, the one about the syndrome and the one about Wonder Woman, with my community. And she did, and I was just absolutely buzzing. It felt so good, because the reason that I do this is because I want to reach as many people as I can and let them know that, you know, there is life beyond diagnosis, and teach them how to support someone with a chronic illness. You know, it's my little kind of slogan is positively combating chronic illness. And so the fact that she wanted to share it with her community was just amazing. It made me feel so good to know that, you know, the more people that watch, the more people that hear, you know, hopefully the kind of the tide will turn, and the perceptions, sounded a bit odd, the perceptions will change, and, you know, we can be fully included in society and communities. I know that I personally am incredibly blessed with the way that my church community support me, and my friends support me, and even the wider community in town support me. And unfortunately, I also know that that isn't the case for everybody. So, you know, the reason that I do this is because I want it to be that way for everybody. So that's that. So thank you very much. She's called Dearmamasal, and she is indeed, I think she should be called very Dearmamasal. I really hope that this is the beginning of a great friendship between our two communities. I really look forward to you know, popping in my headphone and listening to her. So yeah, I hope this is the kind of the beginning of like a connection, shall we say, between our two communities, and I'm really excited about that. So thank you, Dearmamasal, because you really just, you make my weekend. It was just so kind of you. I'm going to do separate videos for these. I just wanted to show you what Amelia Rose and I have been up to today. She's got 2 days of school left, and her school have been so amazing. And again, I'm going to do this more in detail in another video. That I wanted to do something really special. I think it's always much nicer to make gifts than to go and buy them. There's always a time and a place for bought gifts, don't get me wrong, but I really like making them. So I've done these. There's one here. Just have to be a bit careful, both of my wrists are very bad today. One here, and another here. And these are thought jars. I'm going to pop a picture in for you so you can actually see the jars. And I found, edited and printed and cut and folded 200 inspirational quotes. So every teaching day of the year I have to stop moving my hand because my wrist is really hurting. It's really hard. It's like sit on your hands and I can't talk. It's ridiculous. Have you ever heard that saying, like, if you sit on your hands then you can't talk, for people that talk with their hands? Interesting. That is a symptom of hypermobility syndrome, talking with your hands. So there you go, I'm not mad. So yeah, 200 inspirational quotes, one for every day of the teaching year. That was 600, like I say, there was a lot of cutting, but I really hope that they're going to the head teacher of the school, who has been amazing with our family this year, the family support worker, who was the person that Tony was in constant contact with when I had my 2 incidences this year where I was taken by ambulance into hospital. The first time I stayed in for 2 weeks unexpectedly, and the second time I stayed in for a week unexpectedly, and then I had, of course I had my operation, so I was in a week for that. So in 3 months I was in hospital for a month, really, in separate stays. So she was the person that really kind of supported Amelia Rose at school through those times, and she was the person that Tony could ring. They have a school mobile, so he would ring the school mobile and say, you know, this and this is going on. Amelia was like this when she came to visit and everything. So she's really special to our family. We also have these two gifts that are framed pictures. Again, I'll put a picture in, and they are for the headmistress and for her classroom teacher, and said, you know, I love Mrs. Brown because oh, she's very kind, and then she drew a picture. And the other one was I love Mrs. L because she's very pretty, so which is so sweet. So I'm going to put those links in. I'm also going to do a full vlog about how we made them and how much fun we had when we made them. They also have 4 teaching assistants in the class, so we have made them pencil pots out of recycled tins, some HB yellow pencils and some ribbon, so watch out for that vlog as well. A little update on my wrist. I have this one strapped. I'm going to strap this one because I've not been able to put so much pressure through my wrist this side. This hand has really flared up as well. This hasn't subluxed since it popped out, which is fantastic. But I think I'm going to have to wear both wrists wrapped for a while. It's keeping me up a lot at night. It's very, very painful. But, you know, I had to craft today because I couldn't do it tomorrow, and Tuesday's the last day. So there you have it. I think that's everything for tonight. We've had a really lovely day today, despite the pain. My pain has been, like I say, kind of very aggressive today because of my wrists and because of how much I've had to use my hands today. Oh, I know what I wanted to do. I just wanted to say, I asked Dearmamasal how she got into YouTube, because I'm always really interested to hear everybody's stories of what inspired them to start, and she said that she is friends with Benji from It's Judy Time, and that he said, and I just love this, I want to share you with the world. So huge thank you to Benji for sharing her with the world. You've made this English woman very, very happy. So thank you so much for not keeping her to yourself and to letting us all have some of the Dearmamasal wisdom too. Okay, blessings to you and to yours. I shall catch up with you in the week. Bye. Bye-bye. God bless. Avise, or lots of the other goodbyes in various other languages. Okay, God bless. Bye-bye. Okay, I just realised I forgot to say, I'm going to link Dearmamasal's YouTube channel in the description box, and also It's Judy's Time. So please do go and subscribe to those channels and check them out and say hi from me. Okay, God bless. Bye.
Sometimes I feel like my world is ended. Darkness descends and my day is spent. Everything's broken, nothing is mended. I'm lost and alone in my feelings, wondering where a lifetime went. Am I just one of the sad and lonely, trapped in a pain I can't prevent? I lift up my eyes and with open heart, only reborn in that beautiful morning. Every day is heaven sent. What can I do with each passing season? What is this life? It's an accident. Greet each new dawn. No need to reason, just reach out for the beautiful morning.